What would you do with a brain if you had one?
Hello and welcome to Bounding Into Comics. My name is John Trent. I'm the founder and editor-in-chief at Bounding Into Comics, and I want to welcome you to another episode of The Daily Stupid, where we cover some of the dumbest and most idiotic things happening around the world and on the internet. Today we've got more stupid, including a pastor calling Jesus racist, Twitch streamer Pokimane announcing she's single, a Minnesota middle school teacher, and the suspension of a California high school baseball team.
Let's get things started!
First up, Pastor Brandon Robertson of Mission Gathering Christian Church in San Diego, California, posted to TikTok saying that Jesus is racist in a wildly wrong and heretical interpretation of the Gospel of Mark. The Gospel states, "Soon a woman whose daughter had an unclean spirit heard about him. She came and fell at his feet. The woman was a Greek, a Syrophoenician by birth, and she begged him to drive the demon out of her daughter. He said to her, 'Let the children be fed first, for it is not right to take the food of the children and throw it to the dogs.' She replied and said to him, 'Lord, even the dogs under the table eat the children's scraps.' Then he said to her, 'For saying this, you may go. The demon has gone out of your daughter.' When the woman went home, she found the child lying in bed and the demon gone." It's this passage that Robertson claims Jesus is racist. He says,
Did you know that there's a part of the Gospel of Mark where Jesus uses a racial slur? In Mark chapter 7, there's the account of the Syrophoenician woman, a woman who is Syrian and Greek, both of which there were strong biases against within the Jewish community. And she comes to ask Jesus to heal her daughter who's possessed by a demon. And what is Jesus' response? He says, "It's not good for me to give the children's food," meaning the children of Israel's food, "to dogs." He calls her a dog. What's amazing about this account is that the woman doesn't back down. She speaks truth to power. She confronts Jesus and says, "Well, you can think that about me, but even dogs deserve the crumbs from the table." Her boldness and bravery to speak truth to power actually changes Jesus' mind. Jesus repents of his racism and extends healing to this woman's daughter. I love this story because it's a reminder that Jesus is human. He had prejudices and bias, and when confronted with it, he was willing to do his work.
However, as St. John Chrysostom explains, not an insult then were his words spoken, but calling her forth, he revealed the treasure laid up in her. Do you see the woman's wisdom, how she did not venture so much as to say a word against it, nor was stung by other men's praises, nor was indignant at the reproach? Do you see her constancy? He used the name of a dog, but she added also the dog's act. Do you see this woman's humility? Yea, therefore did he put her off, that he might proclaim aloud this saying, that he might crown the woman. Be it unto you even as you will. Now what he says is like this: your faith indeed is able to effect even greater things than these. Nevertheless, be it unto you even as you will. St. Augustine also explained, this woman of Canaan, who has just now been brought before us in the lesson of the gospel, shows us an example of humility and the way of godliness, shows us how to rise from humility unto exaltation. Now she was, as it appears, not of the people of Israel, of whom came the patriarchs, the prophets, and the parents of the Lord Jesus Christ, according to the flesh, of whom the Virgin Mary herself was, who was the mother of Christ. This woman then was not of this people, but of the Gentiles. So then, as being eager to obtain mercy, she cried out and boldly knocked. And he made as though he heard her not to the end that mercy might be refused her, but that her desire might be enkindled. And not only that her desire might be enkindled, but that, as I have said before, her humility might be set forth. St. Augustine then concluded, therefore did she cry, while the Lord was as though he heard her not, but was ordering in silence what he was about to do. Let us then learn, or let us hold fast humility. If we have it not yet, let us learn it. If we have it, let us not lose it. If we have it not yet, let us have it, that we may be grafted in. If we have it already, let us hold it fast, that we may not be cut off. Brandon Robertson, you just earned yourself the Billy Madison clip. You make people dumber listening to you.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Next up, Twitch streamer Pokimane recently announced she's single. She posted to Twitter, single, BTW, which stands for by the way. And then in a follow-up tweet, she wrote, "Not looking, just tired of seeing the same question, assumption over and over, LOL." One has to wonder why she would post that to her Twitter followers if she wasn't looking, at least for attention. But while Pokimane's tweets are most definitely stupid, the replies are even dumber. One user wrote, "Poki, you are such a strong lady. Every woman should look up to you, and don't you ever listen to those haters. You're like the female version Tupac in Idol." Heart. And if you are ever sad again, I just put my direct messages on open, so technically you could always send one. Another wrote, "Hello, Pokimane. I am here and also single, and my DMs are open. Message me." Heart. This gets Maleficent. Take it away.
Idiots! Imbeciles!
Next up, a Minnesota middle school teacher, Odellis Anderson, a choir teacher at Sunrise Park Middle School in White Bear Lake, Minnesota, separated her students into privileged and targeted groups to teach them about oppression. Anderson penned an introductory note to the lesson, which was obtained by The Blaze. It reads, "Last week we talked about how hard it is to talk about race, and the level of difficulty is different for different people. For people who are privileged, it's much easier to talk about race and other issues. For people who are not privileged, it's much harder. Today, we will look at different types of oppression and whether each of us is in the privileged group or the targeted group." According to The Blaze, the students were then given a chart detailing types of oppression, privileged groups, and targeted groups. Privileged groups included white, male, Christians, Protestants, heterosexuals, and US born. Targeted groups included people of color, Black, Asian, Native, Latinx, female, Muslims, and others, gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, and immigrants, documents or undocumented. According to the school's director of communications, Marissa Vett, the lesson plan is part of a series of, quote, social emotional lessons. Vett also explained the purpose of the lesson was, quote, to help students understand that everyone is different and everyone experiences the world differently. She stated, "We wanted our students to listen to each other's perspectives and put themselves in others' shoes." Welcome to Clown World. It's alive and well in Minnesota. Completely and utterly moronic.
You're totally not serious. You can't be that stupid, right?
No, he might actually be that stupid. Damn idiot! A two-a-duns idiot!
Finally, ABC7 reports that John Burroughs High School in Burbank, California has suspended their varsity baseball team because they took a picture without wearing masks. The team was suspended, quote, after pictures emerged on social media that show the team's seniors violating coronavirus protocols, reports ABC7. The team was suspended from organized practice or conditioning drills for a week, and all 8 seniors on the team were suspended for 2 weeks. According to Rory Freck, one of the seniors on the team, the board and district actually tried to cancel the team's entire season. He said the district and board members decided, or they tried to cancel the whole varsity season as a result of the pictures. He added, but our athletic director and coach fought for us, and they compromised on a 2-week suspension instead. The superintendent issued the following statement. I have decided to delay the return of athletic conditioning for the JBHS baseball team by 1 week so that the team can review health guidelines and safety protocols. I look forward to the team beginning conditioning on Monday safely. What makes the situation even dumber than it is on its face is that the photo shoot was organized by the students' moms as part of a 2-decade tradition for seniors. Freck's mom, Jody Freck, said, I'm very disappointed that our kids are being punished for something that the moms arranged. And I understand that there are COVID protocols, but the boys were just trying to make us happy. You can see the photo shared to Twitter by Not the Bee, who writes, so stupid, and they couldn't be more right. Indeed, it is stupid. It's monumentally stupid. Cue the Forrest Gump clip.
Are you crazy? Or just plain stupid?
This has been your Daily Stupid. If you have suggestions for tomorrow, leave a comment or hit us up on social media. My name is John Trent, and you've been watching Bounding into Comics.